Start. What's good, y'all? It is Pod.cannion, and I think this is going to be like the second episode, something like that. But I'm here with a good friend that I haven't seen in a minute, but I'm here to interview him. And we're pretty much we're gonna mess around, but we're also gonna talk about like the future endeavors with what we got going on. So why don't you introduce yourself?
What's going on? Everybody knows by Sebastian.
Yeah.
I go by ntell is my rap name. Chilling, vibing. We haven't seen each other since middle school.
Bro, since middle school.
What was that? Like almost
Eighth
7,
grade,
8 years
bro.
almost.
Bro, it's been a long ass time, bro. No cap. But nah, I know that. Why don't you want me to start first, or do you want to go? Why don't you give like a summarized update on what's been going on? You don't gotta be like, you don't gotta be personal, but like just give like a quick summary.
Life.
Yeah, man. No, I'll give mine too.
Like what's been going on, like lately, or like.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can do like lately or
We'll just talk about lately. There's no
right.
point in my going so far back.
That is fact.
It's been working for real. I'm a server at a job, so like right now in the winter it's dead. It's dead as shit right now. So it's been hard getting money, especially with like all the snow days we've been having too.
It's snowing right now.
It's snowing right now. Yeah, I don't know if I'm about to work tomorrow or not. Shit.
Oh
so
gosh,
I don't know what's been going on, but it does work out because then I get to chill, stay home, not really do anything.
Nah, you're good. I would test it because I think on the last one I had some anime playing in the background and I was like, wow, it's not even picking it up, and then I would read it, but let me turn it down just to make sure because I think that joint was on like 15.
Loud.
And yeah, it felt loud, but like for some reason it wasn't picking up on my phone. Yeah, this jump's on 25. Yeah, that'll be straight. But nah. Yeah, I've been working and shit.
I've just been chilling, just been grinding, trying to finish this freaking album. Like pretty much all of it's done, like written. There's a couple songs I need to touch up and shit, but I just need to record it for real. I actually started working on a new song for that. Like it's one trap song that's gonna be on it.
Okay.
And I just started writing to it. Like I found the hook. Like I said, I come up with shit almost instantly now. So I came up with the hook like that. I just been writing because I want it to be like bar heavy, nothing. Obviously, I'm talking about some stuff in it too, but it's like I'm just trying to have fun with it. Also, something that
you can like nod your head to.
Definitely,
and just
like
vibe out.
black background music type shit.
Facts. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
So yeah, it's been going good though.
Yeah,
very,
I know.
Very good, man.
I know. Let me do a quick, not a real summary. Like, shit. Lately, I've been got another crib. Not another crib, but pretty much renting it out, and I've been making moves. I did just drop a I would call it a single. It's me and Jaden, just some vault songs that we recorded but never like came up with a plan to really promote them. So honestly, we just dropped it and let y'all vibe with it if y'all wanted to, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. It's crazy because the intro song, that song was recorded almost a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we was in the studio when that junk happened. It was like in Hampton, I think.
Oh, so you've gone and recorded in the studio?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like
shit.
that song was recorded in the studio, but we never dropped it like officially. I know that when Jaden dropped his tape, that was like the most played song on it because he just dropped it on SoundCloud.
Okay. So the song that you're on with him, that's the most played out of all of it?
On his
tape?
On his tape, yeah.
Oh shit.
One thing I'm trying to get Jaden to do is he does have one song technically by itself. Oh, we were just talking about Melvin too. His one solo song is produced by Melvin, and it's like this New York drill beat. That junk is hard. Yeah, that junk.
I got this one drill beat in the vault. This one drill beat that I do want to use. Like, oh man,
my god.
I have so many beats I just want to use, but
I got to hit up my manager that I had when I was in Norfolk. He was dropping this tape. I'm pretty sure he put the release back because I still be looking out for his music, but I haven't seen like his tape come out. That's another thing because he doesn't want to put it on streaming platforms. He's kind of like an old head at heart. I feel it. I feel it. Like he has some good ass music too.
Yeah, but you gotta move with the times, bro.
Yeah, man.
You don't move with the times. The
He
times move
had
without
he
you.
had me on this New York drill beat that had like violins in the background with it, and like it had like small like orchestra samples too, like the that shit was hard. And all I remember is recording it because he didn't send it to me. He's like, it's gonna be on the deluxe of the tape, and it was supposed to drop New Year's Day. I was waiting for it. It's still not out there.
Like a month ago, right?
Yep. But oh my gosh, I just want that. I just want to hear that shit so bad because I went stupid on that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh my.
I've recorded all of my shit I've ever recorded. I've done it by myself, just in my room by myself. I've edited everything by myself.
Solid.
Because I just that's the easiest way I could have done it, just learning it. But I did record this one song last year with this one guy I met like through Instagram or I don't even know how I met him, but I ended up going to his place with his producer and then we recorded this one song, and I think we were there for like 4 or 5 hours, and then we get it done, and then he sends me the shit and I listened to it on my way back like to my house. I hated the shit.
You hated it
because I could hear how nervous I was, bro.
That's the hard thing about like producing at another thing, like recording at another thing. Like I'm gonna tell you, when I first stepped into that studio, bro, I could feel my heart at the sides of my rib cage just pounding, bro.
It's
like,
the nerves, man.
You gotta like just like when you're writing and you're in your own zone, you gotta like feel like you're in your own room when you're in the studio. And technically sometimes you are in your own room when you're in the studio, but like when you out there, you gotta like zone in.
Yeah, you gotta go in flow state. That's the thing. Like, I couldn't do it, man. I was just shaking. Like I was sweating. My voice was so like nerve wracking. And that's why, like when I created the studio in my room, I have it in my closet. And my closet is actually pretty big too. So I put the desk in there, the computer, everything's in there.
Oh, that's
it's a pretty decent sized closet. I have a whole chair, and I sit in there a lot.
Yeah,
and
that's solid.
I designed it so that way it's literally like I feel so comfortable. I got the LED lights in there. I got red and black panels, and then I have like my bobbleheads and my like posters in the background. I have everything to make it feel like home.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's such a vibe. Like I love it so much. I play video games in there too. I have a little TV.
Yeah, that's
because it's way cheaper than a monitor.
Facts.
So I just put a little TV in there, and I'm playing my games, and then I can just open up my shit and do my music. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of it or something. Cause it's
definitely, bro.
I
know that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know, like, that studio would have, like, LED lights in it, and, like, it would always have, like, a movie playing in the background, the volume all the way down, of course, but, like, I know, like, that would be, like, small stuff that, like, I would take notes for, because, like, the dude who I would, like, usually record at, he's a cool dude. Shout out Exalt Recordings in Hampton. He's always worth the vibe, but, like, it's just, like, even still, like, when you're in a comfortable space, just being in a different studio, at least for me, it would always throw me off. Because I know I felt like I was nervous and shit. And niggas were like, nah, bro, you sound straight. Like, it sounds fire. I'm like, are you sure, bro? I don't sound like I'm confident at all. But, of course, you're always your own, you're always your worst critic.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I just took it the way it was. And, you know, people still play that. I think I recorded...
Damn. I don't have a video or a picture of it with, like, the lights on, but... This is it. Like, there's my space. I have 2 chairs in there in case anybody wants to go in there. I got extra panels in the back, and then panels hung up on the wall.
Hell yeah.
I got some shit in there. My lights, bobbleheads.
Yeah, that's just hard.
Little shit. Yeah, just and I want to keep adding stuff to it just to make it like something crazy. But yeah,
that's fire.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Before I moved in, there was actually someone else staying in the room, so. People were definitely planning on using my closet space, like my roommate, for recording, especially since I'll be the one rapping the most out of all of them. But we got to move one of the people's stuff out the closet first, just to clear it up. Once that's good, I feel like it wouldn't be enough for the whole setup. I feel like it would probably be big enough for like
You just need to be able to record in it, I think,
yeah,
and
like
then like have everything else.
I would have I would be able to have like a monitor in there at most, and like probably like yeah, I feel like 2 chairs could fit in there, but like not the whole desk. Like if I got a desk with it, it would probably be only like 1 chair and then
I originally got the desk and everything. I got like the original setup back in my older apartment, and my room was bigger, to be fair, so I had plenty of space to do that. And then when I moved into my new place back in September, I just didn't have enough space for the desk, and I was trying to figure it out. And I actually saw how big the closet was, and I was like, what if I just fucking put it in there? So I measured it, and it fit almost perfect.
Yeah, that junk's fit perfect. It felt like it was just part of the whole closet.
Yeah, and then you just close the door. Like I had to switch the door to open from the other side instead of inside the closet.
Right.
So yeah, I just pull it out, bro. Oh man, you close that shit, and it's dark as shit, and you put on your lights, bro. Such a vibe, bro.
Yeah, that's
such a vibe.
Yeah, that sounds fire. That's definitely what I'm trying to have. Yeah, that's definitely the type of shit that I would have for my room and shit like that.
It wasn't cheap though. That's for damn sure. It was not cheap.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I stay looking up prices, and I'm like, maybe next page.
Bro, maybe for real, it's not. Oh man.
Oh my god.
I remember when I did the math, I actually couldn't believe how much I spent on this shit. I'm like, yo, ridiculous. But at the time, it was during the summer. I was racking, and so like I was making good money, so I could afford it. So I was very, very blessed that summer.
Yeah, that's a blessing right there for sure.
Yeah, so this summer I'm definitely gonna grind even harder. I'm gonna get a whole other job.
I'm definitely looking forward to the tape you got coming out too.
Yeah, like, bro, that's just gonna be good.
Especially as of lately. I'm always hyped to hear like I would say like a breath of fresh air when it comes to music.
Well, definitely. Because like, I have this one, I don't know if you've heard it, but I dropped it back in November. I promoted it a little bit, but not as much as I could have. Not as much as I should have. And
I know, like, with some people, like, that's when I realized that, like, I need to promote more. Because, like, even, like, when...
the hell out of your shit. You need to, bro, because...
Because, like, I'll see, like, people that, like, I'm trying to support or whatever. I'll see it, and I'll be like, okay, I'll listen to that later. And then, like, I'll forget about it because I didn't see them, like, post it again. And I'll be like, damn, that's probably the same shit for me. People, like, you know, actually trying to support me, but, like...
Exactly.
And,
it's different though because like we are actually rappers, so if we see other people rapping, we want to check it out because that's just what we're drawn to. But other people, a lot of people aren't gonna give a shit, you know, because at the end of the day, we're just another rapper. Let's be honest, because especially now, bro, it's so easy to be a rapper now.
That's the thing I always got a grip of, even when I was in high school. I was like, if I'm gonna make this music, the first thing I need to make sure of before anything is that I got a constant, I was like, and I told this to other people, I was like, I would say this to me and I would say this to other people. I was like, you have to constantly prove to people, before you even make the song, before even all that, you got to prove to them that your music is worth even taking the time to be listened to.
Exactly.
After that, then focus on, then focus on getting better. Because let me tell you a story. It would be like right after I graduated. When it was like the only time I performed out of state, and it was like
performed live.
Not live. It was pretty much like me and Red got invited to New Jersey, so it was like this rap contest, and the winner would get $1,000, a record deal.
What the hell?
And a free music video. Now, I personally did not get invited to this event. Red did, but he was like, nigga, I need you to come up on here and intro for me. So I was like, that's a bet. I'm going to do that. We get in 2 cars. Both of my cousins looked out because I knew that my Corolla probably wasn't going to make that shit, which I was lucky because it definitely wouldn't have. So both of my cousins pulled up. Yeah, and we drove there, and that shit was it was fun, and it was a very needed experience. Not only just because of the views, but just being in another environment and seeing like other people. Yeah, seeing like other people, seeing like the sights you can see when you're out there.
At the end of the day, you're all doing what you love to do. And that's such a beautiful thing. That's like what I've been trying to do is find people that love music like I love music.
Facts.
And just create some shit. And not even you don't have to work together just to share the same passion, bro. It's insane, bro. It's something that I really, really want to keep searching for type shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. And I realized that especially when I went to Norfolk. I won't skip the story, but like when I went to Norfolk, I was hanging with some people who genuinely like did music. Like some person could play the piano by ear. Yeah, he wanted to. He started working on beats. He wanted to send me some, too. You're still open to sending me some beats if you're listening to this. But nah, I know that I definitely had to move abruptly, and I would check up on them every once in a while. But I know that he had his school stuff going on too, because he was well, now I think he's a senior in ODU.
Oh.
So he was diving deep in the books, and like, yeah, bro. If I remember talking about bro later, because he actually brought me on like a fun ass adventure. It was like this abandoned church. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was fun. But I'll finish that shit was crazy. Oh my gosh.
Let's finish the first story. We got last story.
Okay, so we was in New Jersey and we finally pulled up. It was Elizabeth City. So it was only 5 minutes, 15 minutes because of the traffic away from New York, Manhattan.
Oh wow.
So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right before the show, we went to New York. We drove right past. We're like, okay, that's the building we're gonna perform at. We went to New York, and I've been to New York before just to pass through it, but to like actually be standing there, all the people around, you're looking right up at the Empire State Building.
Was this was pre-COVID, right? You said right after
yeah,
high school?
this was right after high school.
So you got the actual legit experience. Of
yes,
that.
like the flow of people, the traffic, everything, food on the street, bro. It was crazy. Like I definitely see, especially why people would be passionate for New York, and also I see why so many people be claiming they're from New York. It was a crazy amount of people there. Like I remember my New York traffic isn't even exaggerated. Like it's literally bumper to bumper, and the moment the light will turn like yellow or green, horns will start honking, like back to back to back to back. Like they want you to move. My cousin was like, bro, I needed a I survived New York traffic sticker after that. Cause yeah, that shit was
yeah, because you always see it in the movies and people tell you, but you never know until you're there.
Cause like I would low key be feeling like I have some of that New York rage. Cause like I'll be looking like on like some streets in Jefferson where like it'll turn green, and then it'll still be like 30 seconds and no cars in front of me have moved.
That's different because that's like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? It's time to go. It's time to go.
Yeah, that's shit to do. That's definitely no excuse.
Everybody that's driving, you're trying to get somewhere, bro. Move it.
I was like, please don't make me that person who has to.
I don't give a shit.
But like after New York, bro, I don't even care anymore.
If I don't feel like arguing, I'll flicker my lights. But if I'm like, all right, you need to fucking move, I'll beat my horn, bro.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, after that, we went back. Damn, those. I think we got hit with fines just going into New York. Fines. But we went back. We were the first performance. I forgot to mention that. This was a performance.
Oh shit! So yeah,
this was some movie shit too. Because
that could be a good or a bad thing though. Because then you're not following up anybody.
We set the bar.
Yeah, exactly.
We set the bar for real.
But it's bad because you don't know what everybody else is
we didn't know
doing,
what was coming up next.
You're the first one there, and you're like, wow, you know?
Yeah, but we already had our set together. It was supposed to be, I think they said no longer than 10 minutes, which is a good ass, that's a good amount of time, bro. Because most, like, open mics, they'll give you 5 minutes tops. And that's like, if you go past 5 minutes, we're cutting your mic off type shit. But, like,
10 minutes, though. 10 minutes is a good amount of time. Because then you can show legit what you can do.
Exactly. So, So this is a performance. It's not on the roof, but like it's like sort of like connected to the roof. So like, yeah, it's pretty much on the roof. But like you'll see like the inside part is where we perform at. So like niggas would be chilling outside on the roof type shit, looking at the view, That was another thing that was tough. And then like inside, you would see plaques of the guy who owned it, and I saw a Panda plaque from Designer. I saw a DJ Khaled plaque. I saw a Cardi B plaque, and there was one more artist. It was like it wasn't like a relevant now artist, but like you could tell like this nigga has been in the industry, so like he's definitely gonna put us on. Now I was only the intro for Red Set, so technically I was only rapping for 3 minutes because I did one verse and I did another verse. My goal is to give this nigga the lob for like, you know, get the crowd hyped so that he can do his thing, and then, you know, we get our spot. So I'm gonna leave a certain part out because like there definitely was like some type of conflict, but like overall it was a good experience, and I'm definitely glad I did it either way. But I was slightly upset, but not really. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. We were on the roof or whatever, like waiting, because I think like we were still early and shit, and people were there just chilling out. So we we were there until I think they waited until the sun goes down. So I was pretty much just vibing out till then. Try some of that Jersey gas. Gassed out my mind. No, that shit was fire. No, that shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie. And then my cousin was trying to pull some shorty who was like a singer or whatever, and like, nah, I definitely clowned him because like, he was definitely like spitting good G, but like, and like she was entertaining it. But the moment like he went for like a move or whatever, she's like, yeah, I definitely have a dude. And then he was just down. He was just down bad for the rest of the day after that. But then like, so after
hey bro,
all that,
if you don't shoot,
I was like, bro. You miss all the shots you don't take. So it's like, hey, you know, I don't.
Hey, respect though, bro. You shot, man. Man shot. That's all you need to do.
Exactly. So, because like they were playing music in the background, so it was like a party at first until like the actual show went down. So like they cut off the music. Like, all right, it's time to get this. It's time to get the show on the road. Or whatever. So they bring us up. They make sure that everybody, you know, comes to the front, because like at first it was like a party setting. There's like, okay, y'all, we got to get into concert mode. So it was like everybody come up to the front. They bring us up there. I know that one of it was a remix to that song Dip. Dip. Yeah, the da 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 da. And I was like, damn, I don't even remember what I said, because like I didn't even drop that shit original. I just remember, I think that's the one I started out with, or it was a different one. It was Dip. I started out with that because it was something people knew, and like I added my own sauce to it. So I was like, I would definitely be having fun when I made music, because like there was also the trend go crazy, go stupid. So in the intro I just put go crazy, go stupid, and the niggas were already hyped. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go stupid, I gotta dip because I can't be a cupid. Some people, because they ruthless. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't remember exactly what I said. I know I had like that flow with it, and then like I sped it up and like did some things. So like people were definitely hyped. Oh, that shit makes me want to look it up. Let me see if I can. Because that shit would be in the archive if I did save that shit. But no, I did that one, and then it was like a remix, sort of like the DMV flow that people would be on, where they like it's a hard bass and they'll like punch in. That's the type of stuff the next song. I didn't really punch in though, but it was that type of beat.
What do you mean by punch in?
So like you heard like Zanman, or like Young X Chris, who's like a new one. We're like, so like the DMV flow. Let me break this down. The DMV flow is pretty much I was just making sure it was still recording when I was off. Okay, so the DMV flow pretty much is like the beat's going, but like you're pretty much writing down with your vocals. So in a sense, you're recording and you're freestyling. You say a line, and then it stays there. And then you bring it back, you keep the line you recorded, you say the line, and then you punch in right after that. So like,
Oh, I know. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
You never be hating, you
like
always
how
be whack.
what Juice WRLD does a lot.
Yeah, his freestyle, and then people would. Juice WRLD was just crazy with it. Like he always has something, but like that's pretty much
can't
the.
compare to Juice WRLD, but like
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a song, how like he'll say a line, his other line
and then like
punching right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what people call the DMV flow.
Really, I've never heard of that. You know.
Yeah, it's a recent sound. Like mainly Maryland. A lot of most recently people like Young X Chris is from Richmond. He did like a music video in Virginia. That shit was fire. Let me see. And like he's the one who made Blood on the Leaves and Get Off the Leash. He's like, I had to get off the leash. I had to. Let me see if he's still underground. I think. Yeah, he's definitely still underground.
I want to do stuff like that, but I just it doesn't feel natural to me. And I like to go and go and go and go and go. That's what I love.
Exactly. Like I definitely have recorded some songs like that, but it's like while you're in the process of recording it, it just sounds so bad. Like cuz like, you know, you're punching in. So at first it just sounds like da 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 da, and it just sounds sloppy. You got to move the vocals and
so that way it fits.
Make sure it all flows, and then when you play it actually sounds smooth.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't work the same live.
It does. Yeah, it does. Let me think about.
Because you have to pause, right? You would have to pause.
Yeah, you have to pause, bring it back, and like it'll play. So like you'll hear it as it progresses. So like eventually it will start sounding good, especially. But once you first start, like I always hated that. I always want to get the flow going and like know it. And another reason I wouldn't is because I wouldn't say it was oversaturated, because this is definitely still like a underground type of sound. Like not a lot of rappers have like blown up and made like commercial success off of it. But just being in the DMV, a lot of people or local artists will use this type of flow. So I didn't want to get really boxed in with them.
I never really thought of it, because I hear it often in a lot of like mainstream music too, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, because I've done it in my own songs where like I'll have a bar and it'll just play, it'll just keep going, and then I immediately start as I'm like finishing, where it doesn't sound like
sound bad.
Humanly, you can't really do it. You can't do it like live. You really can't. It's impossible.
Because you need some type of breath, and that's another
thing. And then you're literally starting a bar on top of it and an ending of a bar, so it's like you physically can't say two words at the same time.
Exactly.
So like I've done that when it works, but for the most part I just keep going, and then obviously taking my breath and then do this and pause and all that. Yeah, it just feels more natural to me. You know.
I know when I would punch in, I would usually make sure it's at least 4 bars before I punch in again. That way, it sounds some type of genuine when you're like hearing it or trying to rap along with it.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I usually just do whatever, like, cause I used to like count my syllables, and I used to like make sure I do it at 16 bars type shit.
I would definitely be
4-bar hook, my 8-bar hook type thing, and I was like,
I definitely don't do that no more.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like, I feel like that's a good thing to start out with.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because it gives you a guideline, a template.
Yeah, and then like you start getting in the groove of actually naturally having it fit with the
exactly.
beat.
It's like when you're drawing. You know how you get a coloring book and you draw in between the lines. They give you the lines, you just coloring in between. And then when you get older, then you'll make the lines yourself, and then there's no lines. It's just the painting itself.
Yeah,
it's just like that. You know, you get that base, foundation, the blueprint, let's say, and then over time you can just play it by ear, and just fake. You just know it. Like for example, whenever I'm hearing a song, like the intro's playing, like 99% of the time I know exactly when the drum's gonna come in. I know exactly when, and I'll just start rapping. I just know.
People's mind will be blown when I do that too. It's just like.
And you know when it's going to end, too.
You know when it's going to end.
You just keep going and going, and then
you're just like, all right, I feel this beat's about to end, so I'm
going to drop a fire bar, and then you say it, and then it stops, and it's like, oh, that was so clean.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, yeah, it's the art. You just know. It's like muscle memory at that point. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And it's the most satisfying feeling, because then it shows like how far you've came, because like now you can do it on instinct type shit. You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah.
So that punching in shit, I do it sometimes, but I'd rather just go because that's what feels more natural to me. Because like I said, like the one single that I released back in November, at the time I loved the song. It was so fire to me, and I was like, I can't wait to show this. And now I hear it back, and I'm like, it's kind of cringe, you know. It's kind of cringe. I don't. It's not a song that I would show people first time.
Facts.
Like if I'm gonna show you my music, I'm not gonna show you this song. I'm gonna show you other songs. I don't like.
That's another thing I had to step back from. Like,
it's great background music, that's for sure. But
I know, like a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like a good amount of people would like genuinely like my music. But like after like 3 months, I would start cringing at it because like I would like overthink it, and then like I would be like, damn, is this really my first impression that I want to show people? I wanted my first impression to be crazy, so I would always like overthink it really.
I know what you're saying,
like,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think over time you just grow as a person, so it just your
you just
changes. But like, I don't know. It's just when you start hearing it, especially since you made it, you can hear things you could have changed. Something like, I should have added this. I could
that would have been
out that.
Yeah, that would have been the thing.
That's the worst thing too, I think, because you put it out there and you're like, fuck, I could have changed this, and this would sound better if I put this effect, or if I added this one bar, if I cut it off here, But
that would exactly how I'd be in the studio, because I would like be in the studio sometimes, sit in there. There'll be a couple people around me, and they would be vibing. Like I remember when I was with Jade and I recorded this remix to Never Cared. After that, I tried to re-record every hour, and it just did not sound right. That nigga Jaden was in the studio flying, because like he was like messing with my ad-libs, like make it have that spacey feeling, and he was just like, I was just like, bro, and I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna drop this one. And that nigga, he was like, bro, you gotta be insane, bro. Did you hear how I was in the studio? But then when he heard it back, he understood what I was talking about. And like, it would be some things that like, I knew that like, okay, it's not that bad. Everyone said it's good, so like, I'm gonna just overlook it. But like, when I went into the studio more, I realized I would like stop overlooking as much stuff as I would that way. Because I want to vibe with my music too. And I hate 100%. That. Yeah, I hate that like, I would have to like overthink the shit. Or like,
I don't know if it happened to you, but for me, whenever I record a song, I immediately want to drop it. I just
that would be a crazy. So yeah, that's always a.
And then you do it, and then it's like fuck, and then you hear it so much, and like I should have done this. So that's what I've been doing, especially like with this new single I have. It's like I said, it's pretty much done. I've listened to it like a million times, and I think I finished recording it like everything, like finished editing it the way I wanted to edit it, probably like a month and a half ago, maybe. And I love it. I genuinely love this song, and I think it's one of the best songs I've ever written, produced, recorded.
That's a good feeling.
It's amazing, bro, because it's nothing crazy, but it's real. It's some real shit. So I love it, and it's. I just think it's awesome. So I hear it all the time now, and I'm just like, bro, I cannot wait to drop this. And it's good that I'm taking my time with it, because then I'm like, I keep hearing, like, especially before. I think like a couple weeks ago was when I stopped doing edits to it, because I couldn't. There was nothing else I wanted to add or take out.
Right.
Because I had a ton of ad libs in there, but I'm like, I feel like I have too much. And then I took out some things, and I asked my girlfriend a lot. She helps me a lot with what I should do, because she's my outside perspective kind of thing.
Facts. You always need that. And
I keep telling her, does this sound weird if I leave these ad libs in, or should I take them out? And she's like, no, leave them in, because then it provides more dramatic effect when you do this one. And I'm like, shit, bro.
Yeah,
I hear it again.
Shit, you don't even think
in my head, I'm
like,
that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if that sounded like excessive ad libs. Like, no, it's perfect. It's exactly what I would expect from that kind of line that you're saying. I'm like, fuck, bro. So yeah, it just reinforces, some of my thoughts. But you overthink your shit sometimes. So it's like, it's just too much.
That's why, like, I always have, or usually I'll have someone in the studio who, like, I know won't lie and just say, yeah, this junk's good, because like,
you definitely don't want to wonder it. That's the shit. Yeah, my girlfriend would tell me, like, sometimes, like, I don't like, I think you should do it like this, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, do I want to do it like that? And then Like I always get because it's like I don't know
Yeah,
how you are, but it's like art.
it's
So I'm
like-
like I don't want to change it, but then I'll say fuck it, let's try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we'll move on.
Because like, even if like if they don't like it, it's like I realize, and this is what would make me overthink it too, because everybody has a slightly different taste in music.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I remember, especially like before I graduated, one thing I was really trying to crack down on is like here's one thing I would like overthink. It would be like the music can be good, but like what if like that's just not a person's cup of tea?
Exactly.
And then they shit on it. So it's just like and like that's also when I had the epiphany that like I should just keep making music that I like. And because there are people that there's like music for everybody, that means you're gonna make music for a specific type of fan base regardless.
That's why you should always, like you said, make the music you want to make, because at the end of the day, someone's gonna enjoy that music and you're gonna gain a fan out of that.
Exactly. Like, and then it just feels so much better when like it's music that you genuinely
and it's natural because it's not forced.
And and someone else genuinely likes it too. That's just the.
And then if they like that music, they're gonna feel how real it is. Because like for me, I got into Logic heavily in high school. Like I became borderline obsessed with him, and I was a toxic Logic fanboy. I've gotten over that now, thank God. But I like because I'm still invested in him. I'm still. I
always support Logic, especially because like I didn't hear him with his mixtapes, but I heard him when he first dropped Under Pressure, and it was like the 7th. It was like number 7 in the list. I was like, "Who's this guy?" He looked like the cover art looked fire. The cover art looked fire, so I definitely clicked on it. And then I was just like, after that, I would just listen to Logic regardless. Like,
I only listened back in 2017 when he released Everybody. That was my first album. It was like a very controversial album for his fan base.
Because I remember, I think I showed Josh Not Under Pressure. The Incredible True Story.
Fucking banger, bro.
That was, oh my god.
That's my favorite album.
That's the album I want, like,
favorite album
on a vinyl.
Made, bro.
I would definitely get that shit on a vinyl.
I have 2 of his albums on vinyl. I have No Pressure on vinyl.
Oh,
and,
that's hard.
I have No Pressure and Under Pressure on vinyl.
I want Under Pressure on vinyl, too. Those are the 2 ones I want.
I just have it hung up on my wall.
I finally found No Pressure on a vinyl, but it wasn't the cover art that I wanted. Like with not No Pressure, Under Pressure.
I know what you're saying.
With Under Pressure, I know that there's multiple cover arts. Like
there's
I wouldn't mind.
It's like the deluxe album.
I wouldn't mind the Street Sign one or the one with them in the basement.
I have the one of them in the basement.
Yeah, the one with them in the basement. Like I wouldn't even.
Fire.
Yeah,
bro.
That shit would be.
Because the second one looks dope, but the first one, it's just the vibe. Because it's like Under Pressure, he's in a fucking basement trying to grind his way out of that. That to me speaks volumes, and especially it's right next to No Pressure, which is like the sequel to Under Pressure, and it shows the exact same basement, but it's blown up and he's flowing and he's floating.
Like I took that picture as like a not really like I would say like a transcendent to something better, because it's not really something better, but he was
broke out of it. I see. Yeah,
that was the point where he broke out of like feeling. Yes, that's a good ass interpretation, because he didn't stop making music, but he stopped making music really for other people, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like stopped making music for the labels.
He stopped caring so much. That's what it is.
Yeah, and like I listened to some Logic interview, and he was like, and like he said something that was like really real to me. He's like, when you make real music that like is a reflection of you, and like, you know, stuff that you've been through, your struggles, or even just the music is a representation of you as a person, and someone will like criticize it, you'll take that very personally because you put everything into the music personally as well. Yeah. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you need to understand and accept that before you drop it. And I feel like I was like, damn, that's probably why probably why I would always hesitate to promote my stuff, because like I wouldn't really want that.
I get nervous too, like especially when I'm around other, because like I especially in the beginning, I wasn't what you would consider a rapper. You know, I'm just like, I was a skinny little quiet kid that didn't talk to people.
Right.
And I just didn't feel comfortable telling people I was a rapper because I didn't want to make fun of me type shit because I was genuinely true
like,
to it.
Also, especially with me, especially like everyone's a rapper. Like, I would be like
same stigma, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that's one thing I would hear a lot. And then like I remember I wouldn't even tell people I rap when I was like around them. They would just figure it out and they would just be like, "Oh shit, you're fire as fuck. How come I ain't never know you was a rapper?" I'd just be like, "Hey, I'm chilling," because like because like, I understand that too, but like in another part, I understand the part of like people like over promoting themselves. So I feel like I would overthink. That's just like this ain't even a setting to talk about our rap. I'm not even gonna bring that shit up.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Like,
you just have to find. I mean, I don't think there's really a right place because at work, everybody knows I rap. Like everybody should know I rap because I've told everybody.
Like, see, at my job, nobody knows I rap.
Really, I told everybody. Everybody knows I rap. They've all listened to my sing. When it dropped, I promoted it like crazy. And I'm like, yo, you need to listen. Send this to this. Bro, listen to it, bro. Mm-hmm. Let me know what you think. A lot of people told me they really enjoyed it, and it was like, especially people that don't listen to hip hop, like the older people, they're like, "Yo, I didn't know you had such talent." Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll take it, but I'll take it with a grain of salt because it's like, it's great, but you're not gonna be invested in my music. You're not gonna be in my demographic, and that's not to be like a shot or anything. That's just real, you know? What I mean?
It is real, yeah.
And that's why I appreciate because it shows like even from an outside perspective, I have some sort of ability.
Yes.
You know, so
and like that's also another thing why like I never took great importance in trying to blow up because most of like of course like you're getting like all these new people listening to your music, but like
who's gonna stay?
Really wanna
like who's gonna stay? Like all the people are gonna come, who's gonna stay?
Exactly. That's exactly the point. Like people will hear you, but like the fan base, people who like generally like your music for what it is, that's what's gonna stick.
Like I watched this one YouTube group called the Sidemen. I don't know if you know who they are, bro. I've literally watched them since before they started, like back in 2012.
Yo, I would see some of their, especially like recently, I saw some of their like dating stuff.
Oh,
like
those are fucking.
Those hilarious. Are hilarious,
bro.
Like I could not imagine being.
That is stressful too. Like that's nervous as shit, and it's because it's quiet. It's fucking quiet, and everyone's focused on you saying that. No. But I like am so heavily invested in them. Like I have been for almost a decade now. So like now this past year they've released like a vodka line. They made their own vodka. They made their own like restaurant per se. Like sides,
fire,
and they've released their own. Well, one of them, KSI, he released his own.
The drink. I saw the prime drink with.
Oh my fucking! I want to try it so bad. I've been looking all over for it. I went to fucking.
They need to
Target to CVS stores, to fucking Kroger. I've gone everywhere. Walmart. Because like no one has it around this side.
It looks like a good ass Gatorade.
I've seen reviews. And No Life Shaq reviewed it. Some of his friends reviewed it. Dante just reviewed it. I saw over there. And all of them that said it's pretty good. I was scrolling
and just seeing that.
Like, a lot of them that said it's really, really good, and they're not even bullshitting. So like,
I definitely want to try that.
It makes me excited because like I care about him, you know. Like I'm invested. I'm a fan of that whole group. Exactly. Anything they do, I want to do it. I want to be a part of that, just because I've connected with them on a personal level. They don't know who the fuck I am, but they've impacted my life in a lot of ways. Exactly. That's what everybody should have, a fan base, not just for views, not just for bullshit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's So it's the same thing with Logic. Logic has his own fan base. Like he had his own he didn't get mainstream, quote unquote, until everybody when 1-800. Right,
and that was the song that like you realized who actually listened to Logic, because I remember one time I had it talk with my parents. They were talking about Kendrick Lamar, and I was like, you hear Logic, he doesn't be rapping all fast and shit like Kendrick Lamar did on this, because I think it was like a Grammy performance. So like he was like he was taking breaths. So like they didn't really understand what he was saying.
And Kendrick Lamar?
I forgot which performance it was, but it was some crazy ass Grammy performance where like I was just losing my mind, and they were sitting there like, I'm totally unimpressed. Logic performed something like this, and it was the 1800 number, so it was around that time, and I was like, I don't see Logic rapping fast like this. He raps so you can actually understand him, and I was like, he does rap to where you can actually understand him. But when you said Logic doesn't rap fast, that's all I heard, and I was just like,
yeah. Like, so many like fake Logic fans, especially like Then I became upset. I listened to all his like. I literally like now I've listened to like all of his discography except for like the iceberg. I'd say I'm in the middle of the iceberg of Logic.
Yeah,
so I know a good amount, but I don't know everything. Like there's some shit I didn't even know about.
Yeah,
it's
like
pretty crazy.
I bumped all the Sinatras and the.
Young Sinatra.
Oh my god!
I still listen to those on the regular sometimes, but oh my god, they're so fire.
Yes, bro.
But he was definitely a big influence in my life, especially during those high school years. I think like you're just growing differently as a person, so I think your music would just stay that way, whatever you listen to, like at heart.
Facts.
Because I heard something like
it's always that nostalgia.
Somebody told me. I don't know who told me this, but the music you listen to in those preteen, early teenage years, that's the kind of music you're always gonna love at heart.
I never forget that shit. Like it'll even be like something in the background. I'll be like, that shit sound familiar as fuck. And then I'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'll just unlock a memory, and then that shit.
It's crazy as shit. But yeah, so fan bases are definitely key. Definitely key. That's what I'm trying to build. Because like you said, I don't care about blowing up. Like at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about being famous. I really don't care.
Really don't.
I just want to be able to make a fucking living off of what I do.
That was the goal from the beginning.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Like obviously, if I get famous, I don't think I complained in the beginning. I think I'd be straight. But
I think I heard something. I went to like a Rod Wave concert. I feel like I went to a Rod Wave concert when I still stayed in Chesapeake. So it was like in August, and yeah, that shit was fire. But like I heard Rod Wave recently. He was like, man, I feel like I sold my soul low key. Cause he dropped this song called December, and he said that like that was a song he didn't even want to drop or whatever, but the label's like, nah, you're hot right now, so you're just gonna drop that shit, whatever. That's another thing that like I don't
record
want.
deals, you don't, cause they
even my bro Jalen, he kind of got fucked over on a distribution deal, and that shit was kind of like, you're not even signed. They just what they did was they didn't sign him as an artist, but all the music that he would try to release through that distribution, they would technically own that music and not him. So that's kind of how they fucked him over on that shit. Exactly. And there was one song where he had over 10,000 views on iTunes.
Wow.
And he only got $36 for it.
Well, I mean, you know how that works though, right? Like,
yeah, I know that, like, yeah, with the streaming, but
you get like almost nothing from it, bro.
That's another thing. Why views don't even.
I looked into it because I'm trying to get paid for the song that I released, right?
Facts.
And I looked into it, but you only make like, what is it, 0.004 cents per stream. So not even
0.000 per.
You don't even make a full cent off.
Not
even
a full cent.
That's on Spotify. I don't know about the other ones, but that's on Spotify. So like,
I think
you get it what? 1 million views? Let's do the math. You get 1 million views. Like that's a popping song, right?
Yep.
1 million views times 0.004. That's $4,000. That's not bad, but 4,000 out of 1 million.
For a milli?
Let's say you get 1,000 times 0.004. You get $4 for 1,000 streams.
Damn.
So that'd be 40 for 10,000.
Yeah, that's just crazy when you think about it. Like
100,000, you would get $400. 100,000 streams, $400.
Oh my!
That's not bad, but at the same time, you're like $400 out of 100,000.
It's not the reward for the amount of work you put in to get
exactly.
That.
That's how they make their money. You know, like they don't do it from streams; they do it from concerts, from going on tour, from merch, all that. That's how they make their money. 'Cause look at the math. Let's say, because I remember I was supposed to go to a Logic concert back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
It got canceled, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go, but the tickets were only like $70, and I was like on the ground. Yep. So that's a good fucking deal.
Yeah, that's a good ass.
But think about it, $70, and there's, let's say the stadium holds 20,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
20,000 people times 70, that's 1.4 million. Now let's take out what? Let's take out 7% for taxes.
Facts.
7%, so that'd be times 0.07. 98,000. You're still gonna get 1.4 million because you're paying $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So $1.3 million you're gonna get. And let's say they pay everybody else let's do that 200,000. You're still gonna get
And
$1
then,
million.
You know, people still pay merch in the store,
Exactly.
well, in the concert
That's
and everything.
one gig.
Mm-hmm.
1 gig.
Just for 1 gig.
And you do this in multiple states or like cities and shit. Oh my god, bro! That's how they make the money. That's how they make all their money, bro. It's ridiculous. That's why you hear people say, "I put $1 million in this album, $1 million in this album," because they got that fucking money, bro.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's all you want to do, and that was only $70. And you got people over here like Drake, J. Cole, fucking Kendrick Lamar charging more, way more money, like $200, $300.
I think this Tyler concert right now in Norfolk, I think that's just going for like $150.
Yeah, look at that.
And that's like a decent ticket. So like a good ticket will probably be like a good 2 something.
Exactly. I measured out. That was like the better ticket, $70.
Mm-hmm.
So I like equal that. So I probably would have been less than that with the higher ups, but.
I know with the Rod Wave one, I was like in the back, and that was like a good $50 ticket. It was just some chill shit. That's why I pulled it. I was like, I wasn't really a big Rod Wave fan, but I was like, dang, this shit's around the corner.
I don't even listen to nothing about Rod Wave, bro. I've heard that one song. I've been heard so many times. I know. That's the only song I know. That's the only part I know. That's the only part I know. I don't give a shit.
You know why? I wouldn't even listen to Rod Wave for real. Like I remember one guy would send me his music, be like, bro, I'm gonna put you on real quick. And then he sent me Rod Wave's album. I listened to it one time, didn't go back to it. But when I lived in Norfolk, I would get rides back home from this one dude who was a heavy Rod Wave fan. So he would just play the whole Rod Wave album just on loop. And like by then he had 3 of them. So I pretty much knew this man's whole discography just from getting a ride back home from work from that dude. Cause like, I think he performed a good 20 songs, and dead ass, half of those songs I knew almost every single word to, and I was just sitting there like I was kind of like impressed in myself because I was like, oh shit, I know this one too.
Yeah, but you're not in Rod Wave fan. You're just there like, oh,
I'm just there.
I
was just there because like I didn't even pay for it. My cousin was just like, we have an extra Rod Wave ticket. Do you want to go? And it was either that or being in Chesapeake and going to work. So I was like, I didn't even have to go to work. It would just have been like an extra day. But I was like,
oh, fuck it, why not? It's a concert.
I was like, a concert is a concert.
If someone offered me a ticket to go to concert, I'm fucking going. I'm going.
Facts. And I think, who else was there? There was this rapper called No Cap that opened up for him.
No Cap. Rapper called No Cap. That's funny shit.
I know he would get played heavily when I was in the Boys and Girls Club. And everybody knew the song. He had the song called Vaccine. Everybody knew that song. What's another song? Nah, he had good energy. He was a good performer. And then I think before him, it was Ruby Rose rapping. And I didn't even know any of her songs, but the females on this thing did, and they were like rapping. I was just like, I did not know this song existed. I'm not gonna lie. And then before them, I think it was just like either a local artist or like someone who's like just recently got signed, so he could just be up on there. Because I know for like concerts, that's another thing I'm really hope to bring back up, especially when COVID's done. When like big artists would come, they could not. I wouldn't say the venue would reach out to you, because sometimes it would be the people's manager who would reach out to the venue. But usually the venues reach out for local artists who have like a good fan base who will open up for these huge artists. And then you were literally opening up for like huge ass rappers. Like I remember.
Yeah, that's how they do it. Logic opened up back in 2011. He opened up for Ghostface Killah. Before he was even fucking known. Like, he was locally known somewhat, but...
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Ghostface, he opened up for Ghostface Killah. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, bro.
But you can definitely do it, man. And that'll get your name out there, especially locally. They're like, oh, shit.
Exactly.
And they're like, who is this guy? And then they'll try to check you out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That's exactly how it's...
I want to get there, but I feel like I need to first start performing live, like, more often, so that way I'm not nervous. Because I get I'm gonna tell you an open mic to go to that's right around where you stay at. That way,
every Wednesday around, I think it's like Triple H, on Denby. They have an open mic. It's free. You literally just sign your name up. Get there at 6. So like, there's a lot of slots, and you can choose like, do I want to go first? Do I want to go second? Because after like 7, it's really gonna be like, okay, here are the slots that are left.
Oh wow.
So go to there at like 6. Sign your name
Where
up.
is it? On Denby?
Yeah, it's on Denby, next to this one gas station that I can't think of their name, Denby something, and then it's in that shopping center
near Jefferson?
Near Jefferson. It's on the Denby strip near Burlington. Burlington is
Oh, I know what you're talking. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking next time. Like, what's it called? Exxon?
Yes.
It's Burlington. Okay, so there's like Burlington and all that other shit. It has like Surge or whatever, that go-kart place.
Yes.
You're talking about this side, right?
Yeah, the other side.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the place, but I know the area. I know
yeah,
roughly that area.
And honestly, I didn't even know exactly where it was too. I just walked down the strip until someone was like, oh, yeah, it's right over there. Signed up. I performed like 2 songs. They give you a 5-minute slot, so you can do what you want, and that's one way you can like really get used to performing. Because when I was in Norfolk, they have hella open mics in Norfolk. Like,
Norfolk is city, bro. Norfolk.
Yeah, bro. That's one thing I do low key miss about Norfolk. Because like, whenever I would feel about performing, bro, I would just look on my phone, see what was going on, be like, all right, I'll either catch the bus or catch a lift up here, and then I would just chill out. That's low key how I found my manager when I was there, because I was just performing one time. He performed first, and I actually liked his performance. He had that old sound, as I said, that sample flip type of thing. And I was like, yeah, bro, your music's dope. I think I performed. It's crazy I keep on bringing up Melvin, but I performed a song that Melvin produced for me. And it's crazy I think about it because I have not listened to that song in a minute. It's actually on his page, but not the KL3 one. It will be on his KL3 Beats page. I don't know what he's going to do with that. I might talk to him. He might just need to, honestly, since he has his KL3 name, I don't know if that's just specifically his rapper name, but honestly, I would have my beats go with my discography too. And that way, like, everything's grouped together.
Or you could just have it, just hidden. Just why not?
Oh no, I definitely have some hidden songs that like, cause like, have you seen you know about Nardwuar? Yeah, I have some hidden songs just so I can see if Nardwuar knows about them. Cause if he does, bro, I'm gonna just be like, yep, you're okay. You got it.
That's the one thing I want. That's on the bucket list for sure, bro.
Facts, bro. The moment I get a Nardwuar
bring up some old shit, bro. Be like, so Triple H, huh? Like, what? What?
I'll be like, what?
Wait a second, wait. How the fuck you know about that? I only told 2 people that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to. Oh fuck! But the thing is, like, I get fucking nervous too. And the thing is, like,
yes, bro. Like that's one
performing
thing.
Live, bro.
That's one thing that never left me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even like when I would perform out Woodside a couple of times. Niggas said I looked fearless up there. Little do they know, I remember the last time I performed, I was sitting like this,
shaking, bro,
shaking. I had 2 singers with me, my friend Trinity and Charity. They were my background singers for the song Teenage Sadness. So they were nervous too. And they were just singing in the background. And like, so like,
and you're the main phase, bro.
Yeah, so like I had to pop up there, and I remember, I think since it was my senior year, I think they actually chanted my name before I came out on stage, bro.
Oh, hell.
I
wanted to perform a song from the first song I ever released. It's called Apricot. I wanted to do. I wrote that song specifically for the talent show we were supposed to have my senior year, but we ended up not having a talent show for some reason.
Damn, so, I know they actually almost canceled. Yeah, they almost canceled our talent show too.
Yeah, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll just record it then, and that was the first song I recorded. I released because there's like a hook, I guess you could say. It's at the beginning and the end, but it's all just bars and just fast rap, bro. Because I was like, I'm gonna impress, like I'm gonna show these motherfuckers what I can do.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. Because I went to fucking Heritage. That's downtown Newport News.
Oh yeah,
so you know they know their shit. You know
Facts.
they know their shit, bro.
Facts.
So I got to come with it. You know what I mean? So
exactly. Nah.
I was definitely like prepared to do that, but it's never happened. So
it's all good.
Fuck it,
like
yeah, so I definitely want to do.
I'm glad I was able to get that experience because like performing with small shows, it's different because most 90% of the time they don't know your music, so
because we only recorded for an hour. So.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly why I want to do podcasting because I feel like one, I do have a lot to say that I know that I probably won't say on my music, and like also like
because this is like the realest, like I want to say the realest version, but it's so much easier because you're not thinking about it. You know,
exactly. You're just chatting.
You're just talking. There's no pressure. You're just really just saying stuff how it's meant to say.
And another thing, I know this was like my side reason for it. I would be like, if I do blow up, and like, of course you're gonna need your interviews to like constantly promote your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have that platform not only for myself but for other artists when I get bigger.
Yeah.
So like that way, like not only will I be able to promote and have other people just with music, but like it'll be like a side thing, and then like I'll converse and like help put other people on with their music because they'll look back at the podcast and be like, oh, he had a conversation with this artist or this artist, whether they blow up or not.
It shows that you're aware of what's going on, and you can help them, or they can help you with, you know, because it's essentially two fan bases. Exactly. Because like I know whenever I see Logic on like Hot Ones, or if I see him on a podcast with somebody else, I'm gonna watch that shit because I'm a fan of Logic. Facts. And then maybe I like the pocket. Like I saw him on Hot Ones, and I loved Hot Ones. I loved the and I started watching more Hot Ones. Yeah, now I watch Hot Ones. You know,
that's
pretty regularly.
That's how I got put on with a couple of podcasters for real.
Exactly.
For real.
That's like, great because it congregates two fan bases that could potentially sprinkle over and overlap, which is amazing.
Yes,
it's great. Like, it's great for both sides. Straight for both sides. Yeah.
Definitely, it's
and it doesn't. It's not even just artists too. It could be just anybody. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that could just bring people who are like, oh, I had nothing to do with this, but I actually like this type of sound, or I like the conversation that this guy is having.
Because like say for example, like some random
question. Can I have your computer?
My computer?
Yes.
You mean the laptop?
Yep.
It's definitely in your room.
Swear to God.
Yep.
Where?
Under your ashtray and gut jar.
Alright. Under my ashtray and my gut jar.
You know the password? 1274.
1274.
Don't forget to send those pictures too. Get the pictures out of the SD card because I'm gonna probably try to do like a video. Yeah.
Is your camera in my room?
No, the SD card should still be in the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bet. Damn, I forgot. I forgot already. Pretty much, yeah. Okay. But before we got sidetracked, I forgot what we were talking before it cut off and all that. But pretty much to sum it up, oh yeah, pretty much just our platform really. I want it to be. I want it to be. I like. There's a couple of things I want, and like, especially with my podcast, I'm not really sure the solidified goal that I want it to have. Because I would look at other podcasts and they'll like be covering news. I don't want to be grouped into a news podcast because sometimes what I'll talk about will be news. But like, really, I just want to
just do a little bit
chill.
of yeah. I'm just saying because I think the same way because like I feel like because what I want to do is just have a podcast where it's like I want to start off with somebody else or like a group of friends so that way it's like the homies and every now and then we'll have a guest or something. But I just want to just talk about the stuff that we talk about and just record it because like I think I have very interesting conversations with my friends, whether it's talking about some bullshit like, oh, what girl did you fuck last night? What line did you use to like conspiracy theories? You know, who killed John F. Kennedy?
That
current shit like COVID with Joe Biden. You know, just random shit. It doesn't have to be anything.
That's definitely what I we didn't really get into it. I think I asked the last person who was up here. I was like, "What's the craziest conspiracy theory that you actually believed?" And he was like, "Well, with these vaccines," I was like, "Oh, okay."
But I generally think I don't believe in any conspiracy theory. Honestly,
because I was literally trying to think of that. I was just like, "Damn, bro." It's like there are some things where I'm just like, if it's true, well, fuck it. But like, there's nothing where I'm just like,
There's nothing that you hold. There's nothing I wholeheartedly believe in that's considered a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Like I have the vaccine myself. Like and I only got it so I can leave country because I'm trying to go to Guatemala to visit my family.
Right.
Hopefully at the end of February. But if it were up to me, I wouldn't get it, and it has nothing to do with politics. It's just personally, I don't think I need it because I'm a healthy 20-year-old man. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm a healthy kid, so
yeah.
There's no point in me getting it. I actually got COVID at the beginning of this year.
You told me,
January. Bro, I was pissed as shit.
Oh my god.
Legit, New Year's Day, I got it.
So you got the vaccine after you got it?
No, I got the vaccine before that.
That's crazy. I've been hearing about so many people who have the vaccine who just ended up getting COVID anyways.
That's the thing, though. That's the biggest misconception I think with the vaccine. Because people are like, oh, I have the vaccine, I can't get it. No, that's not... Bro, what the fuck? Just because you get a vaccine for like chickenpox doesn't mean you're not going to get it one of these days. You might get it and it just won't affect you as much.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the fucking vaccine. Like, people are so stupid, bro. It actually blows my mind because it's like, it's a vaccine, not a fucking cure. You know what I mean?
I know, because like, I tried to tell one bro that too, because like, I remember it's
not even considered like a traditional vaccine either. It's something completely different. It's just called a vaccine because that's the easiest way to call it.
The more, because like I saw like people like speculating on it, and I was like, okay, let me like actually like look into it, so like I can, because like that's the thing that people got to be careful with, like those reels that give out information or like those TikToks.
No, I don't
like they are definitely just
like if it seems real, I'll look it up myself.
They're trying to get. I was like, you got to understand, people on the TikTok platform spreading out information. Why are most niggas on TikTok? They are trying to get viral. So they will say some viral shit.
Or they'll leave out a piece of information that's important, or they'll add something in there, like a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Maybe they heard it from somebody else and added their little take on it, blah, blah, this and that. Mm-hmm. It's like when you it's like a game of telephone type shit, bro.
Exactly.
It's going to lose, over time, it's going to be absolute nonsense compared to the real thing.
That's just facts.
Bullshit, bro. I don't believe in none of that shit, man. I don't even watch TikTok like that for real. I'm on Instagram, like, and I see it there, I'll watch it, sure, but...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'll see people on Instagram and they'll like repost something.
Yeah, that's what I see. Because I go on Instagram a lot. So
yeah,
but yeah,
I know. Recently, bruh, like I would have TikTok, and honestly, the only time I get on there is when I'm about to drop a song, and I'll just put the whatever snippet I put on Instagram, I'll start putting on TikTok too.
I don't use TikTok at all. I've
never
posted
even though
anything.
TikTok is fucked up, you gotta get on that.
100%. Yeah, I feel like I should, but. I just can't be fucking asked to do it.
Here's my review with TikTok. Really, TikTok is low key right now at least. It's a free promoter, cause like I put a snippet on there, just like with no followers or anything. I just put it on there. I think I put like 2 hashtags on there, and I think I looked the next day. The next day it had 500 views. 2 people were like, I don't really listen to music, but like this shit is tough. I actually fuck with this. He's like, I usually just scroll right past it, but this is actually tough. And I was just like, naturally, 500 more people typically pretty much found out who I am just because of TikTok.
Yeah, that's true. But I've done research into, because like with the marketing shit, I've like looked into like different things. I've done a little bit of research on it, and like TikTok's a great tool to like for exposure.
Yes,
great tool for that.
That's why I put it.
But it also there's a con. There's a pro and a con to everything, right?
Facts.
You get that exposure, but you can't really make that connection. You know what I'm saying? Because how many people do you know that are on TikTok do you actually fuck with? Like, as in, like, you know who they are as a person. No one.
Exactly. You just be scrolling.
Like, there's a couple of, there's one guy that I watch a lot on Instagram, and all this stuff is like reposts of his TikToks on his Instagram. His name is Joe Ralph. Joe Ralph. I don't know if you know. Joe Ralph.
I probably.
It's this guy who like acts like a dad, like when your dad, how dads be. Blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
I love his shits are funny as fuck.
Yeah, his shits are.
I watch him all the time, but I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is.
I see what you're saying.
I've never heard him in his real voice. Like without the acting, without the TikTok, without the dad. Mm-hmm. I don't know his real laugh. I don't know anything. He's big. Look, he's big. He had. Oh, I say big. He only has 300K, but still,
that's still big.
J. Cole follows him.
Yo.
So he's like big, but how many of those people actually give a fuck about this guy? You know what I mean? Like
exactly. That. Yes.
I genuinely just like it's great exposure tool, but you can't get that fan base from there. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you're gonna use TikTok, you should use that as an exposure tool, but make it so that way they can travel over to other platforms and be able to make that connection with you via your music, via your YouTube channel, whatever.
I know when I would put it on TikTok, I would, of course I would scroll it on there, but I would just put my my Instagram and be like, I'll be like, I low key, I'm gonna have a thing where like I just put all the hashtags on one because my Instagram and my other names, they're really the same, like. D.cannion has remained untouched for a minute.
If it's the same, it's easier for everybody to look for. Yeah, but yeah, man, TikTok, it's a great tool, but just like everything has its pros and cons. You just really have to know how to use it.
Definitely.
So
yeah, but like I was like I wouldn't take TikTok seriously, but I would say
you definitely
don't sleep on it. Yeah, like,
don't sleep on it.
Take it. Definitely take what TikTok has right now.
You have to take advantage of that shit, bro.
Because like people are heavily.
One video, you're viral overnight, bro.
Exactly, like the algorithm will definitely put you in the
because the algorithm is ridiculous. Like algorithm is insane, bro.
Because like it's not as oversaturated as YouTube is. So like they almost have to recommend you to somebody.
And the thing is like because there's so many videos recommending new shit, and they're recommending like people that are almost unknown type shit too. You know what I mean? That's the greatest thing about it because. I remember watching something about it that they do that because they see it's a certain video and then they'll try to expose it. They think it's a good video, so they'll try to expose it to more people.
Right.
And then more people will like it, and then it just gets bigger, and the algorithm just keeps pushing it up at the top. You know, and I don't know how to explain it. But I remember watching a video and just looking at everything, so that was crazy.
Yeah, what they'll do, the more you swipe, they're constantly updating it. Mm-hmm. So like, okay, they'll be like, okay, you pressed a like on this funny skit, but when I tried to show you this cooking thing, you swiped immediately. So we're gonna show less cooking stuff.
That's right. Funny because stuff. I got in this one point. It's kind of funny. I got on TikTok and there was one video I saw. I don't even remember what the video was, but it was this big TikTok influencer, and she was. I don't remember what the TikTok was, but she was basically in like a tank top and some booty shorts, and the TikTok was so fucking stupid. But I just knew
it was just one of those unfunny things.
It was just for the views. Yeah, she turned around when she was walking around. I'm like, bro, obviously,
she just knows this is just thirst trap.
And I watched the entire thing because the fuck, you know what I mean? I'm watching the whole thing, and then I scroll again, and I see another random thing, and I see another one, and it's the same concept. I'm like, huh? And then it got to a point where literally the next day I got on it again because I have a friend who sends me TikToks and I always go to the inbox. But you know, the first thing you open is the For You page.
Right.
And I see a fucking female on there and I'm like, huh? And then I'll scroll again and I'm like, wait a second. I spent 30 minutes looking at TikToks of women and all of a sudden it's fucking filled with it. And I'm like, that's not fucking good. But it is, that just shows you how advanced it is, bro. Because you don't have to spend long on it and it already knows what you want to see. It's scary, but it's fucking crazy too.
Yeah, that's just crazy when you think about it. I'm like, damn. Nah, like I feel like TikTok would be. I low key wish. Let me think. My friends who do YouTube, they would use TikTok pretty much in the same way. They would put clips of their YouTube videos, make sure they have the tag so they can follow where they're at, and that's also another way that like they said they got a couple of people from TikTok over to YouTube, and then that just brings them up even more. I remember
this one guy I saw. It was a clip. It was a Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and I'm watching it, and it's so fucking funny. It was just like I think he was trolling as an Indian man with an accent. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was saying some most outrageous shit. It was so. It reminded me of early 2010 Call of Duty vibes, bro. Like Call of Duty YouTube video. It was so funny because he was trolling with an Indian accent. I haven't seen that in a minute, bro. It was so fucking funny, and I just kept going on his page looking at all this shit, and I'm like, I went to YouTube and I started watching some of his videos. Yo, it was so fucking funny. But yeah, it brought me over to his fucking YouTube channel, and it worked. It worked because the one video I saw was the funniest one on his page, I think. Yep. And I fucking loved it, bro. So it took me over instantly, yeah. So yeah, definitely good tool. Great exposure, but you have to use it correctly. Cause like, look, there's so many TikTok songs that have blown up on TikTok. Mm-hmm. When you listen to them, you don't know who the fuck the artist is. Sometimes you know. Yeah. And then you hear it on the radio, hear it over there in the store, and you're like, oh, that's that TikTok song. I don't know who it is, but.
Exactly. Yeah. Like there would be a couple of songs that I actually like went back to because I recognized them on TikTok. And I would be like, it would either be like, I haven't heard that song over a minute, or like, damn, that song's going to be in my head for a minute now. Let me just play it.
Exactly, yeah. It's that exposure, but you know who the hell it is. You don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's because people use the sounds, and you're not going to look at the sounds. You're just going to look at the TikTok that it does. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
yeah. That I could have... Nah, definitely. I could spend like a whole hour dissecting TikTok.
Yeah. Let's not. TikTok's too much.
Yeah.
TikTok's too much.
But like, nah, I feel like I'm a wrap it up pretty much.
We've been talking for a minute, like what, an hour 20 almost.
Almost an hour 20. I'm a wrap it up. Pretty much do some shout outs of future projects coming up. I got a project all in your head. It should. Damn. I got to give a date now. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Don't give a day. Just say, it's
because I'll just let y'all know the tape is finished. I'm just I need to fix it. Yeah, I need to focus on it's not really finished. I was trying to get one guy who I know named Joe on a on the outro song, cause like it's melodic, but like it's melodic, and like when I play it. It sounds good, but like, of course, I especially don't like my singing voice.
Oh yeah.
So
a lot of us can relate to that shit, bro.
So I'm like, I need some type of addition to this.
Someone who can like sing for real.
Facts. So
yeah, I did the same with my girl. Like the single that I have coming out soon. Mm-hmm. Because I have some parts in it where I'm like melodically singing low key, but I know I can't sing, right? So I purposely put that made it sound like a background vocal. Mm-hmm. And then I had my girl hop on it, and she's like the main focus of it. So like, my voice is almost an echo of her voice, and it when we didn't record it, when I finally mixed it and everything, it sounded exactly how it sounded in my head. So it was amazing. Feeling. I heard, I'm like, yo, I knew this was gonna be fire. I knew it. So
yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to your tape. Do you have a name for your tape yet? Or
yeah, it's called Still Just a Boy.
Still Just a Boy.
Still Just a Boy.
I like that.
So yeah, there's no date for it yet. It'll come out sometime soon, in the next couple months maybe. I have no idea, but
yeah, I know. If January is about to pass, it's the 28th, so I'm gonna definitely drop it in February.
Sometime in the spring, I'd say I drop mine. Sometime in the spring, but
yeah, this is definitely like a wintertime album, so I'm not gonna waste too much time on it.
Gotcha.
No more.
Yeah.
The only thing that stopped me really was the cover art, so I'm gonna change up the cover art and drop that in February. You got any songs out right now that you want people to possibly take a listen to if the tape hasn't dropped yet? Any songs right now, or probably just look out for the rap name until the.
I would say I have one song out right now. I told you the single, but it's been.
And is that on? Is that just on SoundCloud or all platforms?
It's on all platforms.
Okay.
So Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music.
And what's the name of the song?
It's called Switch, but it's spelled weird.
Okay.
So like it's Switch, but there's a 2 instead of an I in the middle because it's a second version of a song. Because I have another song called Switch that I released back in 2019 on SoundCloud, just SoundCloud only though.
Okay, that's why I was wondering, because I remember hearing your SoundCloud stuff and that sounded familiar.
Yeah,
but adding the 2 on it, that's how I automatically recognize. Okay, it is
Yeah,
a different song.
there's a two. And it's only one on Spotify. If you go to Spotify, ntell, ntell,
Yeah.
I'm like literally the first person that pops up.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah, because like there's
My
only
name
one
doesn't-
other person that has my name, but he came out after I already started releasing music.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
Fuck
Yeah.
him, bro. But
Now, you know what? Somebody acted like they were me on SoundCloud because like there's a whole nother D.cannion and they like reposted like some of my songs on there.
no way. What
But
the
like
fuck?
I was like, niggas are just bored.
That's outrageous. What the hell?
It would really just.
Bro, it's
be
not like you've been popping. Like it's not like you're in big like that.
I haven't
bro.
even.
What?
Yeah, just starting out, and I think.
We're gonna keep talking about this forever, bro.
Oh yeah, but like
let's wrap it up.
facts. I have Getting Focused coming out. My little collab single. 2 songs up there with me and HBK X Jaden. First song, Slime Freestyle. Second song, Blood on the Leaves remix. But that's pretty much us wrapping up. That's the podcast, the second episode. I hope that y'all enjoy this episode, and y'all already know where to catch us on all social media. I pray that y'all be safe.
ntell_19 literally everywhere.
Yep, everywhere. And
Everywhere.
D.cannion.
Instagram, fucking Twitter, fucking
Yeah, that's
Facebook.
Yeah.
I use Facebook. Bro, but there's so many old people in my restaurant. They were like, "What's your Facebook, bro?" I'm like, "I don't have a fucking Facebook." So I had to go make a fucking Facebook page.
facts. Nah, yeah, especially when you get like the old
Yeah,
fans.
bro. Boy, yeah, ntell, ntell. Literally look it up on every single platform. That's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
_19 for some of them, but you'll see it. You'll know.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having the conversation with us. Y'all be sure to check him out if y'all do, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.